Hello, everybody. I hope you're all doing great and having a nice time at home. I hope you're being safe. Well, it's a beautiful day. I'm just kidding. I just thought it was funny. I'm in an Airbnb and I just thought those were really cool. I was trying to be funny. Sorry if it wasn't. Anyway, so I am making this video today because I want to go over all the changes that we have in our course thus far. So I know that things are really crazy right now, and I'm sorry to anybody who is being extremely affected by everything that's going on. I hope that you guys are all safe and healthy. I hope that nobody's sick. If you are, I'm so sorry, and just make sure that you wash your hands and take care of yourself. I know I don't mean to lecture on health, but it is really important. The university wouldn't have made all these changes if it wasn't 100% necessary. So it is really important that you're taking care of yourselves, and I'm doing that. I'm not going to be back on campus for a little bit until I've been quarantined for a while, and that's just to keep everybody safe because I did go to an infected area, but I'm fine, not sick. It's been a couple weeks since I went there. So anyway, let's get straight to business. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing my screen on my computer, and I'm going to show you guys all the changes that I made in Blackboard and on the syllabus, all that good stuff. So just really quick, if you have not told me that you have internet access and you either use a mobile device or a laptop, or that you do not have internet access, you're probably not watching this right now, but I do need an email from you if you do have it, just so that I have that immediate documentation that yes, I have internet. If you do not email me or find some way to contact me, I will just assume that you do have internet access, and I won't be able to help accommodate you. So if you don't have internet access, but you're somehow watching this, like maybe you're watching it from a different area, but normally you don't have internet access, please let me know as soon as possible, and I will find accommodations as necessary. But that being said, this whole entire class is essentially going to be online for the rest of the semester, as will the rest of your classes. So I will be providing resources throughout the next few weeks just to help you guys out. And I expect everybody to communicate really well, really effectively with me, because I cannot help you unless I know that you can't access something or you don't understand something. And it is really hard to communicate that when you're not in person, but I need you guys trying to put forth the effort to do that, because I really do want to help you guys pass this class, and I will help in any way that I can. So let's get to the screen share. All right, so I am currently on Blackboard, as you can see. Oops, I'm gonna exit out of that. Oh yeah, I'll just leave that open. So I am on our class's homepage. You guys should know how to use Blackboard, but if you have any issues, they do have some assistance on here, and then of course I'm able to help as necessary too. So on our homepage, I have made a few changes. I updated the welcome. I will go over that here in a minute because I pasted some stuff in a document for you guys to see. So you guys can see all of this. You can access all of this on your own time. If you decide that you need to go back and double check what I changed, how it's working, you can do that. But this really important syllabus update is in red, it's in bold, it's on the home page. It has an attached file that says important syllabus updates. Your screen won't look exactly like this because since I'm the instructor, you can see that this is hidden right now because I'm making it available after 5 p.m. because that's when I'm supposed to hear from everybody. And if I don't hear from everybody, like I said, I will just assume that you have internet access. So click on this attached file. It's important syllabus updates. I'm going to click on it. It opens up in another tab. And I apologize. I'm trying. If you work from a mobile device, please let me know if you're having issues with this. I'm uploading it in a PDF document, so hopefully it doesn't change anything too much, but if for some reason it does, please let me know as soon as possible. So this is just a document explicitly explaining everything that I'm going to be going over in this video. I thought that going over where you can see me and hear me and I can kind of explain things a little bit better might be beneficial for some people. I highly encourage you to still watch this video, even if you think that you can just read through this, because I am going to be going over stuff that you won't be able to see in this document. So after we review this document, I'm going to look at how our Blackboard page is set up. So it's really important that you do watch this. So I've updated the entire syllabus, like I said. Below, you will see that my office hours are still the same, but they are being offered digitally now. So it is super, super important that you have my contact information in your phone, laptop, computer, etc., in case you need something. So I just pasted this. This is the updated syllabus portion with my contact information. So my name is still the same. My email is still the same, alexandria.krausen@unmu.edu. That is the best way to contact me. I have my email on my phone. I receive them anytime. I typically respond very quickly unless I'm busy or it's late at night or something. Blackboard messages are not efficient because I typically, the message doesn't pop up for whatever reason, and it is difficult for me to access it. Sometimes I won't see them for like a day or two. So I just prefer email. So I did update my office, obviously. Some of you might be on campus, but most of you probably won't because the campus does have changed hours. I don't have specifics on how the campus is going to work right now. I do know that they changed their hours and they're really trying to avoid anybody being on campus in the first place. So I created a Zoom link. If you don't know what Zoom is, it is a form of video chat. And I am using that right now to actually record this, but it is a form of video chat and it allows me to create a meeting. And I have created a meeting every week during my office hours, which are Wednesdays from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. I know that some of you might be in other places, but I'm working purely on Mountain Standard Time. So you can click on my virtual office or copy and paste this link into your document. So I'm going to go ahead and just click this, and it isn't opening in another tab. So it's pulling up Zoom. I can't use Zoom right now because I'm actually recording, but it's going to pull up a Zoom link and it's going to launch my virtual office. So I will be on there from Wednesdays from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. So if anytime you want to pop on, I should be in there during that time. And then I'm also available by appointment. Any other time, I will make time for you guys. You guys are my priority. I want you guys to succeed. I can do Google Hangouts, Skype, Zoom, FaceTime, phone call, etc. Whatever you prefer, I am happy to find a way to make an account and talk to you from there. I do have my office phone on here, but I had issues with forwarding it to my personal phone. So unfortunately, that's not the best way to contact me. If you do want to do a phone call, I'm going to try to figure out if I can forward it to my laptop anytime soon. I already talked to IT and it was just a big disaster trying to figure it out. But if you do want to talk by phone call, I will end up calling you from some number. I'm not sure exactly what right now, but it's there for now. I don't recommend calling it because I am not allowed on campus just yet until I have been quarantined for a certain amount of time. So, but don't worry guys, I'm not sick or anything like that. And I have been staying quarantined and isolated. Anyway, so that's all my contact information. The only thing that has changed is that my office is now a virtual office and I am available in many different forms of video chat or phone call. So I've also pasted a section of important updates from our tentative calendar that's in our syllabus. So I've pasted it here to bring your attention to it, but it has been updated in the original syllabus online. So on the home page, we go back, the syllabus is up here and it has an update from today. So you can click on that and it is in there as well. but I wanted to paste it here so that you guys could see exactly what was changing and I could talk about it in depth, and this document's available. So, as you can see, I have divided the calendar into weekly formats. So this is because I'm not going to be doing a synchronous class. I know that a lot of people are making jokes and stuff about like, oh, when I go on my synchronous class, I'm gonna take a screenshot of myself and pretend like I'm in the class, but I'm not. Well, we don't have to worry about that. You're going to just have assignments that are due weekly. So they will be due every Sunday for the remainder of the semester, besides the final assessment due date, which will be due on Wednesday of finals week, because that was the time that we were going to have our actual final, which we weren't going to do in the first place. But since we had to extend spring break, I ended up giving you guys an extra week to get your final assessment done. So I'm going to be posting these video instructions every Monday along with in-depth instructions for your assignments. These assignments will be due the following Sunday after the video instructions. So every Monday you're going to get explicit directions from me via video chat. I will also do it via a Word document in case you have issues with viewing the video. I highly recommend watching the videos just because I'm taking the time to make them, but also because it might help you with understanding them a little bit better, because I give more specific, or it's a little bit easier to communicate with hand gestures and just vocal conversation for some reason. But so yeah, everything will be hosted the Monday, and then everything's gonna be due that Sunday. And this will make more sense once I show you how our Blackboard classroom looks. You will need to be attentive and dedicated to make sure that you get your work in on time, because it's an online class. And I know a lot of people are worried about failing an online class. At least that's what I've heard on TikTok and stuff. I know I'm addicted to TikTok. I'm very sorry, guys. I highly recommend that you do set about 50 minutes a day, 3 days a week aside, as if you were attending our class physically to work on your assignments. So that's just dedication. That's just time management, saying, okay, what would I normally be spending my time on in class? And can I set aside 50 minutes on Monday or Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, whatever. So if you do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, set aside 50 minutes to work on your stuff. It's going to help you. It's going to prevent you from getting behind, and it's going to allow you to just really put forth the effort that you need to really succeed in this class. So using this time method will highly assist you in completing your work. You do not want to get behind in this online portion of the class. And that is because I explained to you guys at the beginning of the year that you were going to have time in class to finish your final assessment essay. And so I was really looking forward to that for you guys, but unfortunately we're not able to do that anymore. So it is really important that you don't get behind. It's really important that you make sure that you get everything in on time, and we'll go over all that stuff here in a little bit. But I really want to encourage you guys to follow that time format. So I pasted this from our syllabus. It is in the syllabus. I just changed a few things, but I pasted in everything after the 2 weeks of spring break that we had here in this document. So please read everything thoroughly. We have week 11. I labeled it by the weeks, like I said, and I have it Monday, March 23rd through Sunday, March 29th. So this is the theme for the week, or the topics that we're going to go over. It's an individual conference week and a film analysis draft due. So I'm going to be scrolling up and down throughout this document to explain what these things mean. So on the left side, I have the week and the dates and the themes. And then on the right side, I have what is due. So everything is due on Blackboard by Sunday, March 29th at 11:59 p.m. That is Eastern Standard, or not, oh my gosh, that is Mountain Standard Time. Sorry guys, I don't mean to say that incorrectly. I will add in there MST, just so that everybody knows. So by the time you guys access this, it'll say MST. So these are the things that are due. Your individual conference, that means that you need to meet with me digitally before this day. So I'm going to scroll down. We have made some changes. I've added and removed some assignments. The only added assignment that we have is the individual conference. So this was not originally in our syllabus, but I added it because it will make sense to you guys here in a little bit. So on this week, you will be required to meet with me via any digital outlet, such as Zoom, Google Hangouts, Skype, etc. During these conferences, we will discuss students' grades, any issues or concerns, and solutions for both. I will also make sure each student understands the expectations for the second half of the semester. Each student must schedule a time and have met with me before Sunday, March 29th. That means that to schedule a meeting time, you will need to email me well in advance in order to actually have the meeting before Sunday, March 29th. So here in a little bit, I'm going to make another video for week 11, and this will all make more sense to you. But the main thing I just want you guys to know is that you are required to have an individual conference with me via some individual or digital outlet. That's going to be a phone call or any video chat. So you need to do that this next week. So after the second week of spring break. And you also need to turn in your draft for your film analysis paper. I don't see this being an issue for anybody because from what I've seen from your reading responses for the days that I was not there before the first week of spring break, most of you guys already had quite a bit of pages of notes, but you only need 3 pages of your draft due. So there was a week extension. You should have no issue finishing your rough draft for this paper. You've had plenty of time to work on it, but I did give an extension just because of the circumstances, and I assume not many people have been focusing on school. I don't expect you to focus on school for this past week because of all the circumstances that have occurred. So you do have an extra week that is due next Sunday to complete your rough draft. And I will be going over all the specifics here in a little bit. So then we have week 12. That is Monday, March 30th through Sunday, April 5th. You have your film analysis final paper is due. So you turn in your rough draft next Sunday, and then your film analysis final paper is due by Sunday, April 26th at 11:59 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So that is your final copy. I highly encourage you guys that while you're working on it throughout the week, please send me your drafts because I will be able to comment on them, and I promise you that it's going to help you so much with your grade if you let me comment on them and you make changes as necessary. So please, please, please take advantage of that. I don't want anybody to get a poor grade just because you didn't take the time to have me make comments on it. And most professors wouldn't do that for you, but I want to help you. I want to help you grow in your writing and just make sure that you get a good grade. Okay, so that's the final stuff that's due for your film analysis paper, for the second paper. So within the next 2 weeks, that's going to be all done. Week 13, Monday, April 6th through Sunday, April 12th, I have the theme as being, it's all about your final assessment essay. So your third paper, search terms, finding sources, and your works cited page. That's what we're going to be focusing on. And what's due on Blackboard by Sunday, April 26th at 11:59 p.m. is your research journal number 1. The following week, we're focusing on finding sources, works cited, and rough draft. What is due this week by Sunday, April 19th, 11:59 p.m. Mountain Standard Time is your research journal number 2, your draft of your final assessment essay. The following week after that, week 15, Monday, April 20th through Sunday, April 26th, we're focusing on making connections, thesis determination, supporting evidence, and your outline. Due on Blackboard by that Sunday is your research journal number 3 and an outline of your final assessment essay. I know that it seems weird to have a draft before an outline, but I wanted to stick with this whole idea of chaos that I was trying to get you guys to think about, and I want you guys to just write down all of your thoughts, and it's going to be the same thing. You only need half of the length, and you just write down anything that's going through your mind. Just blurt it all out on paper. I don't want you thinking about the thesis just yet, just your thoughts. And then the outline will focus more on like thesis determination, supporting evidence, making connections, all that good stuff. So I know it sounds weird, but maybe it's a form of writing that might help you. I'm not sure, but we'll see how it goes. The week after that, week 16, we will be focusing on making connections, supporting evidence, drawing conclusions, and revision. Due that Sunday, we have research journal number 4, and then finals week. So finals week is shorter than usual because our final was technically supposed to be on Wednesday, May 6th. So this week is only Monday, May 4th through Wednesday, May 6th. That's only 3 days. So due this week is your due on sorry, I need to change this. I will update this. I'm sorry about this, guys. I know it's kind of confusing. Due on that Wednesday, May 6th, the day that our final was supposed to be. So don't ignore this and ignore the Sunday. I'm sorry about that, guys. Wednesday, May 6th, by 5:00 p.m. I thought I updated that, but I guess I didn't. Wednesday, May 6th by 5:00 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, your final assessment essay is due. I will update that, I promise. I'm sorry about that, guys. And then you can visit me during my online office hours as needed. I highly, highly encourage you to take advantage again of letting me review your final assessment essay. Okay, so that is what our schedule looks like for these next few weeks. I know it might be a little bit confusing, but it is cut down a little bit more because we have it all in a weekly format. I'm going to scroll down. So we already went over the individual conferences, and now let's go over what has changed. You probably have noticed some things, but I'm going to go over them explicitly. So the revising and editing workshops. We will no longer be conducting peer revised or editing workshops. There is a way to do it. I know how we could do it, but I've decided not to because I feel like it's just going to be too confusing, and I would rather you guys not focus on trying to figure out the technology portion of it and just focus on your writing. So instead of peer revised or editing workshops, I will be the one writing revision and editing comments on your rough drafts. And I thought this would also be more beneficial because you can see what I'm looking for, and I can kind of see where you guys are at. And if you guys need something, maybe you need like a little more of a pointer for where you're going to go. So because I am kind enough to do this, I do expect to see my comments being taken into consideration on your final draft. Please do not waste my time ignoring my comments on your draft. And that is just because I'm spending time on it, I don't see a point in you not trying to better your grade. And this really did affect a lot of people in past essays. Okay, so research journals. As you can see from our tentative schedule, research journals have been narrowed down from 11, I think there was 11, there might have been 13, I don't remember, down to 4 journals. That's a lot. So this is because I want to allow students to only have one due date each week, which, as you may notice, will always be Sundays. I hope you appreciate that. Instead of having to log on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, you will still be doing work, but you only have one due date. I think that's a lot easier to keep track of, especially being online and being at home or wherever you're at. However, with this in mind, research journals will be far more in depth than they were originally going to be because we were going to work on them in class, and now you only have one due date per week. So this is not something that you will be able to complete in a night before. I know everybody says that and everybody says, okay, bet. And I've been there, but please do not try. Please, 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 please do not try to complete it in a night before. I know that typically you may try, but these research journals are heavily weighted and will play an impact on the result of your final assessment essay. You do not want to waste your time. I really, really, really encourage you to do a portion of the journals Monday for 50 minutes, Wednesday for 50 minutes, Friday for 50 minutes, or whatever, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, whatever. Highly encourage that because I do not want you guys to do poorly just because of the circumstances. I've also changed some film analysis specifics. So I have decided to remove one of the required pages in the paper length requirement due to these unforeseen circumstances. I hope that helps in some way. If you have already written the whole entire thing, that's great. I'm sorry. But you will see that you will see this in the final instructions for the paper, which will be provided on Blackboard. So instead of the 7 to 8 pages that we were originally going to do, it will now be 6 to 7 pages, not including the works cited page. I hope this helps. I have also removed the requirement to have sources from both the textbook and the website because I understand that some of you may not have your textbook with you. However, if you would like to use an article from the textbook but you do not have it with you, please let me know as soon as possible so that I can provide you with scans of the article. I'm happy to do that. So what this means is you still need 5 scholarly reviewed sources. That is not a blog or a website. It's just the, like, from Google Scholar, like we did in the student-led scholarly articles. The episode is included. So the episode is one of your scholarly reviewed sources. And then you need to find 4 more scholarly reviewed sources from Google Scholar. I recommend starting from that discussion that we had about the student-led scholarly articles. You should already have started on this because you've had quite a bit of time to work on it. But if you haven't, now you know. So 4 articles from Google Scholar or some other scholarly reviewed website. Do not use a blog. Do not use like random website. Needs to be an article, and scholarly reviewed article at that. And then the 5th one that you will have in your works cited page is going to be the the episode itself. Okay, some things that have changed. Also, the attendance policy. Obviously, it's just been removed completely from the syllabus. This course is now based purely on your work submissions. So your revision policy has also changed because of that. So I will allow you to revise any of your assignments. The last day to submit any revised assignments is Sunday, May 2nd by 11:59 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. I will not, under any circumstances, accept revisions after this day. So if you haven't turned in like a reading journal or a reading response or anything like that, you can revise it. You have time to turn it in, but I will not accept it after May 2nd, okay? And that's just because I am being kind enough to allow you to do this despite maybe you've missed like 5 classes. But it's just because I really want you guys to succeed. And I know that it's been really difficult, so. Also, somebody asked about extra credit. I know that you can't attend those movies anymore and stuff like that. So I will be posting some more extra credit opportunities. It's going to be an online-based thing. Don't know what exactly it's going to be yet. It might be grammar-based. It might be, I don't know. But I will allow some extra credit opportunities, and I will post those as soon as possible. You may be wondering how the grading scale has changed. I have updated this on the syllabus, but I've kindly attached it below as well. So everything here is still the same. You already did your visual or literary analysis paper. That was paper number 1, and that was 100 points. You're working on your film analysis right now. That's still 200 points. Our minor writing assignments, we've already done all of our reading responses. We were going to have another one, but I knocked it down from, I think it was 15. I knocked it down to 14. They're 10 points each still. Our research journals, as we've talked about, are 4 research journals at 45 points each. That is a lot. That is a lot. But the good thing is that you have a whole entire week to work on each of those reading journals or research journals. Sorry, I had a hair on my face. And then our outlines are still counting as points. The good thing is the research journals will kind of balance with the outlines, so you'll be working on both of them at the same time, so you're still getting credit for both of them. And then the individual conference is 20 points. So that's 2 reading responses. And as those of you who know, who even missed 1 or 2, it really does impact your grade. So just have an individual conference with me. I promise you it will benefit you in more ways than one. And then your final research paper, which is that final assessment paper, is 300 points. That is the first 2 major papers put together. It's a big portion of your grade. All of this stuff is going to help you with writing that, so please take advantage of it. Oh, I also want to note, I will not, under any circumstances, be accepting late work for any of the assignments that are due after the spring break. So do not turn anything in late. You will not be able to revise anything after spring break. Anything before spring break, you can revise it all. Anything after, you cannot revise. And you cannot turn in late, because if you do, you're going to fall so far behind, and that's just not going to be good for you. So please, please, please do not turn anything in late. You already have once a week assignments, so just follow it, please. As you can see, the research journals are much more heavily weighted than previously were. That means you need to put in a lot of work for these. Don't worry though, they're all based around your final assessment essay, so it is preparing you for the most important part of your grade. I already talked about this. You will also see that I removed the minor writing assignments. We were supposed to have 8 minor writing assignments at 5 points each, I believe. So I've decided to use those points to more heavily weight on the research journals. And also I think it helps with not having like 5 million things due all in one day. Everything else in terms of the grading scale has stayed about the same, as you can see, as we talked about. Okay, so sorry that was a lot of information, but please notify me immediately if you have any questions or concerns regarding the transition to online courses. If internet is an issue, most of you have already emailed me, but some of you have not. I will provide resources that should be able to assist you with that. If you do not have your textbook and would like to use a resource from it, as I previously said, I can scan a copy of the article for you. There is no excuse not to complete this course and get a good grade in it. I am being very flexible. I understand that the circumstances are difficult, but I am happy to accommodate as needed. I'm going to work with you. If you have a mobile device that you're only working from, I'm going to accommodate you as much as possible. Also, please keep in mind I'm mostly available via my email. I typically have trouble viewing Blackboard messages. As I said, I'm just being really repetitive because I want you guys to know where you can access any communication with me. I highly encourage you, as I keep saying, to email me your drafts so that I can comment on them before giving you an official grade. Please do not hesitate to reach out for any assistance or any questions. So this is in Blackboard, like I said. I'm sorry that was a lot. I hope it all makes sense. I hope maybe you can see a little bit better about the weekly due dates and what is due. Typically, you only have 2 things at most due, but your research journals are going to have many different tasks for you because they are 45 points each. Okay, so I don't know how long I've been talking. I'm sorry if I've been talking for a long time, but I want to make sure you guys understand this. So that was all of the updates that we have on the syllabus. I have the syllabus available here. It's just the same thing. I just updated all of the stuff that I showed you guys. So that's that. That's available there. I have the grading rubric here. Paper 2 instructions are here in case maybe you need to look back on them. I will update the extra credit opportunities, but I do want to go over, on this sidebar, I've updated some stuff. Some of these you will be able to see at 5 o'clock, which I should have this uploaded around 5 o'clock. Reading responses, they're still here. So this little tab is still available. You click on it and it brings you to all the reading responses that we've had thus far. If you haven't turned in some of them, you're more than welcome to submit any of the reading responses. Anything that you missed, anything you want to fix, if you want to get 100 on it instead of a 90, I don't care. Just use it as necessary. I highly encourage that. And then going back, I uploaded this weekly assignments folder. So let's click on that. And this is what it's going to look like. So I've organized it similar to how it is set up on the syllabus. So for week 11, we have the date. Click here for the submission areas and instructions. And then it has the dates with the topics just like it is in the syllabus, and then it says what is due this Sunday. Okay, so that's just to help you. I know it's very repetitive, but it is to help you with keeping up with it. And what I'm going to do is make videos every Monday, I'm going to upload them. I might even do them in advance just so that if people want to get it done in advance, you can, but it might be kind of difficult to do that because it is a lot of work. So I'm going to be going over this more in depth, but I will click on this just to show you guys. So let's look at week 11. That is this upcoming week. So it has it's going to say what's happening this week. The same thing. It's very repetitive, but it will help you, I hope. And then it has a description. So remember, your individual conference is due this week. And then it has information about your individual conferences. And then it has your rough draft submission, because that's the other thing due. And then I have included paper 2 instructions and the grading rubric, and that's in almost every folder that talks about paper number 2. That's just for to be helpful to you. Okay, so it's also available on the homepage, and it's also available here, and it's going to be available on the next one as well. So I hope that makes sense. This is just going to talk about what's happening and have the little sections for your submissions and have instructions as well. The video will be posted in here too. So it'll probably be like right below what is happening this week. It'll have my video link on YouTube, and you will be able to access it there. Okay, so I'm going back, and yeah, you can see week 12. I haven't put anything in here just yet, or actually I have. The only thing due this week is the final copy of the film analysis. So I'm going to click on that, and it just has the final draft submission form. So that is there. Then it has the rubric again, instructions again, and I posted the rubric twice on accident, but I'll remove that. So that is all that you need to do for that second week. I'll go over that more in depth. But I hope this makes sense to you guys. I hope it's well organized for you. That is the main thing I added. I still have the readings and materials available for those of you who need to fix stuff from before the break. If you need these for whatever reason for your reading responses and stuff like that, they're still in here. All that good stuff. So that is basically it, guys. If this doesn't make sense, please ask me a question, email me, all that good stuff. I did go over my office link. I think I clicked on it, but I don't know if I explained it. Sorry if I'm repeating myself. I'm just trying to make sure that I'm going to be in here. So if you click on that link, I will be on that link from Wednesday from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. So anytime you click on that on Wednesday from 10 to 11, I will be in there. So it's kind of like just popping into my office, my virtual office. So please take advantage of that. And if you need to meet with me any other way that maybe you can't just shoot me an email, just make an appointment with me. Send me an email, make an appointment with me via whatever type of media outlet that you want, and we'll make that happen. So I hope that was helpful for you guys. I hope you guys are doing great. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. And if you need anything, I really hope that the main thing you get out of this is that I'm going to help you as much as possible. Anything that I can do, I will make it happen. So I highly encourage you guys to just stay in communication with me. Stay safe. Your health should be your #1 priority. And if you have any issues, please just let me know. If anything pops up, just communicate it with me, and I will try my best to make accommodations as necessary. But I hope you guys had at least a nice break. I hope maybe you spent some time with friends or family, maybe got caught up on homework, whatever it is that makes a break a good break for you. I hope you did that. So thank you guys. And don't be scared. Everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to work out, but do stay safe. So thank you guys. Have a great day. Sorry, I'm trying to stop it, but okay.